Hey everybody, Randy Kertz here for Bass Musician Magazine. So this month I would like to talk about resting the forearm on the bass. Many of us will rest the forearm on the instrument either right before we're ready to start playing in a plucking fashion, or during playing. Many times the forearm will sort of drop and the arm will rest kind of naturally on the bass. One needs to be careful about this, especially in a starting position, because when the wrist is bent too much, at too much of an angle like that, flexion, what happens is it can cause problems with nerves and blood vessels that go down the forearm into the wrist and into the hand, which can cause numbness, tingling, pain, etc., and carpal tunnel or carpal tunnel-like symptoms. So when one starts out, if they start out with the forearm closer to the elbow or right in the middle, and then they go down to pluck like that, as you can see, that is going to put the wrist at a pretty severe angle. If the wrist naturally hangs down more close to the wrist, it is not going to be as severe of an angle. As you can see, it's going to be more like that, which is closer to neutral and is more of an angle that will not lead to problems and symptoms like we just talked about. So I don't really recommend resting the forearm on the instrument, but if you're going to, it's a better idea to do it closer to the wrist and not back here closer to the elbow. And also to keep in mind, when you do this, if you start out that way, that when you bend your wrist like that, you're going to bend it even more when playing, especially on the lower strings, meaning like the E and maybe the B if you have one, and this is going to cause those problems that we talked about. So my recommendation really is to not rest the forearm on the instrument at all, but to try to keep it up and keep it moving in such a way that it doesn't rest directly on there and cause compression. That would be the best way. But if it's going to rest, please keep in mind that it's better to be closer to the wrist so that you don't get such a severe angle as you would if it was back here closer to the elbow and you were anchoring on the pickup, compounding that. So again, best not, in my opinion, to rest on the instrument at all, the forearm that is, but if you do, these are the reasons why, and this is the best way to do it. Until next time, Randy Kertz signing off. My book, The Bassist Guide to Injury Management, Prevention, and Better Health, always available at www.drkertz.com, where I also do Skype consultations. Again, see you next month.